Good morning, YouTube. I am back in Nadine. She broke down for a little bit, lost the rear end out of it, and now we're back on the road headed to Washougal. Pretty dang good. 79,400. Okay, we got our tags. We'll go get this to Lonnie. She can do get the bill of lading ready, and we'll come back and finish tying down our load. I want to show you guys how I strap my truck down. So I want to show you guys how I tie my loads down. Try to explain to you how I make my connection in the winch. Okay, so the way I do it might be different from the way you do it. It doesn't really matter as long as your load is secure. That's the end of that's the goal. That's the end goal, right? A secure load. So I fold this up and get a bite, right? Like that. I fold this under and I get a bite, and then that bite goes inside the slot for the winch. You got to pinch it down a little bit to get it in there. Rotate that around so that you're sure that this is going to get there'll be a bind. This, when you tighten it up, this piece here will bind on that and prevent it from coming out. Okay, let's take up our slack, slide it up underneath the strap so the strap will hold the slack in there. Dress it up nice, and then you can see as you turn that, it bound up on that, right? And that's all that DOT requires, is that it has to be bound up. It has to have one turn on it. So there's one turn, one full turn, and it'll probably have about 2 turns on it. Okay. So this one I'll do like other people do. They just feed this all the way through. Okay, that goes in there, push it all the way through, and then they pull it up, and then they take their slack and they wind it up and they stick it up underneath. Okay, same difference. The end goal is a secure load, so that's secure. Where the difference is when you go to unstrap your load. You know, sometimes you're in a hurry. You're always in a hurry. You know, got to get to the next load. Next load means more money. Da 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 da. Right? So this takes a little getting used to, but you just fold it under, right? Take that bite, pinch it, stick it in the slot, wind it up. Let's take up our slack. Keep it nice and neat, keep it dressed up nice. And you see it's a little long, so I just reach in here and I pull from the top and it shortens that up. Or it doesn't shorten it up, it just rolls it up so it's nice in a good position, I guess. Okay, so then we're going to tighten that down. As we tighten this down, okay, this one is the strap that goes all the way through, and this is the one with my technique. It's not just my technique, but anyway, when you go to undo this, this is what happens. This is the long. You pull that out, then you have to feed this through. Okay. When it's like this, you grab a hold of it, and you pull it, and you're all done. Okay. So that's the way I like to do it. Once you do it 5 or 6 times, you know, 3 or 4 loads, 5 loads, you do this and you'll become pretty efficient at it. And it'll be a lot faster for you. But just make sure you dress them up nice. Take pride in your load and the work you do. Alright, so let's tighten it up. Tighten up the straps. Good to be back in Nadine. I've been out of her for a week. We were going through Eureka last week. I just loaded down in Scotia and we were headed to Reading across 299. And I got into Eureka. And it was like she popped out of gear. I just lost all power in the drivetrain. She was couldn't figure it out, so I had to pull over. You know, I had to coast over to the side, and I got over on the side of the road and I was trying to find a gear, and I could tell that the transmission wasn't malfunctioned. So I thought maybe I twisted a driveline somehow. I got out and I climbed under here. Everything looked good, no oil leaks, no blown up parts on the ground or anything like that. And I grabbed a hold of the driveline and I could actually twist it while the truck was sitting still. So I figured it had to be in the rear end. So I got in the truck. And I locked the rear ends together, and I was able to move it to a better location off the side of the road. I called boss. I called the boss, and he came over in another truck to pick me up. Actually, 2 trucks. One truck pulling a load bed, and one truck bobtail over so that we could pull the load back. While I was waiting on them, I took the stacks off and got it ready to get on the low bed. So we got her on the low bed, got her back to town. I hauled asphalt the next day, and at first we thought it was just an axle or something, but she blew the whole rear end. Blew it. Broken gears, broken bolts. No warning. Not for me anyway. I didn't hear anything, didn't feel anything. So she's been in the shop. Got the rear end rebuilt. And I got back into it yesterday, put my stuff in there from the other truck I was running. And just happy to be back in her. So for the week that I was out, I was driving a 2014 Peterbilt 567, I think it is. It's a nice truck. Just wasn't Nadine. They said I could keep the Peterbilt if I wanted it, and I was going to. But we hired, I shouldn't say we hired. The driver that used to drive for us came back, and he was needing a truck to drive, so they were going to put him and Nadine, and I was going to keep the Peterbilt. And then yesterday, I pulled in the yard after making a delivery down to Woodland. And I seen Nadine sitting there in the yard, all pretty, stacks on there. She was just waiting for me. So I got back in her. Which is fine, because the other guy, I think he really wanted to drive the Peterbilt. Double check our straps. Gotta do a walk around. And I like to step back away from the truck a little bit so I can see where my straps are and make sure I'm all legal. So this front unit's right here. It has 3 straps across it. Every other unit have 2 straps. I'll explain that to you in a little bit. But it has to do with DOT regulations and not having a headboard on the truck. All right. Put that away. Grab my hammer and bump the tires while I'm here. How many times a day do you guys check your truck out? Just gotta give it a once over, you know. I try to do it every time I stop. You know, if I stop at a rest area, or I pull over alongside the road to take a leak, or I'm getting fuel, I always bump the tires. Kind of walk around it and make sure nothing's leaking. Take a look underneath. You see that wet down there? That's just from the AC condenser. All right. Actually, I need to check these nuts on the axle. Check it again. I'll get the Washougal. into that, we should be good. All right. Honestly, did not think I would get out of here until like 11. I had a delivery to make this morning in Anderson. Washougal, Washington bound. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I did not go to get okay. Yep. Yep. All right, bye. would have been $170 more in California. All right, we got shower number 4. It's pretty plain Jane shower, pretty basic. Not much to this shower. Packed up, so we'll get us a little snack to take with us on the trip the rest of the way. Like I said, I got about 4 hours to go, and it's about 5 o'clock, 5:30, something like that. What time is it? It's 17:04, so should get there about 10 o'clock tonight. No, or about 9 o'clock, 9:30, something like that. All right, let's go. All right, so I just plugged in the address for my drop, and it says 3 hours, 54 minutes. So we're gonna give it a go. That'd put us there right around 9 o'clock. So we're gonna head out. It is 5:17 in the evening. I'm in Canyonville, Oregon, and yeah, we're gonna hit the road. Well, I made it to our destination. There's Nadine down there. This is the Columbia River. Pretty cool sunset tonight. I've been here for about 5 minutes. There's 2 trucks ahead of me. But I've been here once before, and we unloaded really fast in the morning. I think they get here pretty early too, so that'll be nice. I can get unloaded, get over and get my reload and head back to home. And temperature's not bad up here. It's in the low to mid 70s maybe. It's not bad at all. I'll sleep with the windows down, and I won't have to run the truck tonight. I hate doing that. I hate running a truck at night. I think I've only done it like 2 or 3 times since I've been working here. It was 19 degrees in Carson City. Got a little chilly and I fired it up. warmed up the truck, warmed up the cab, and then turned it off. I just can't sleep with them running. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off from right here. Good morning, everyone. Time for a cup of coffee. And then it is 5:25. And they start unloading at 6 o'clock this morning. So like I said last night, I got 2 trucks ahead of me. Go ahead and get it unstrapped. Do some paperwork. Have a couple cups of coffee. Go in there and get unloaded, and then we'll head over to Clatskilty and get loaded and head back home. All right, now we're off to our next load. Thanks for sticking with me through the whole video. I'm going to end it here. I'm in Klatskin, Oregon, headed home. Got all my load on. I got my load on. Got it all strapped down. Nadine seems to be running fine. No issues with the rear end. I had to tighten up these lug nuts. Or not lug nuts. The nuts around the axle. I had to tighten those up a couple times. You see the oil and stuff on there. That's just from the work done on it. It's not leaking. I've checked that axle over there. No leaks over there. No leaks here. Doing good. So anyway, I'm gonna get on the road. It's Friday. Get home, and then we're gonna go see Luke Bryan this weekend, tomorrow night, in I don't know, somewhere down in the Bay Area somewhere. All right, thanks for sticking with me. Like, subscribe, share, and appreciate you guys, man. We'll see you later.